It really was started without a plan. Like, we're just gonna have somewhere to skate. That was the plan.
We stole wood, we all put money together. It was like whatever we had to do.
And he decided to open this park up when skateboarding was dead.
People know that Skatepark of Tampa is real skateboarding.
I've seen every pro in the history of skateboarding skate that place.
It's fun, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you have to stay in a hotel where you'll like flip over your pillow and there's a hooker's weave under it. That's just part of the experience.
The story of the Skatepark of Tampa begins before the Skatepark of Tampa.
Tampa used to have a sick crew of guys that skated vert. It was like 15 or 20 of us that skated together all the time. Like Tampa, Clearwater, Brandon, all of us would get together and skate. Zitzer built a warehouse.
And then we went to that park one day and I couldn't skate vert, but saw Schaefer skating and Frazier and was terrified of those guys. Like Schaefer and Frazier, because I heard stories of them being like gnarly dudes who'd get in fights and like knock people out.
I mean, there it was just a mini ramp and a vert ramp, and it was cool like that for about a couple years, and then some bums tried to burn it down.
First, I mean, the cops were accusing me of murdering someone that I didn't know anything about. The bums show up as a posse, and they're holding rakes, shovels, chains. They're like, "You killed our friend, you're gonna pay." And then one of the guys who skate the ramp every day, Sean Kane, maces a whole string of bums. And they go down like in a movie.
The next day the landlord came and he was like, done, gone.
Because the bums had broken in, piled up a bunch of oily rags and lit them on fire, tried to burn down the ramp.
We went from having a good vert scene that we could skate every night with lights, indoor, when it's raining, cold, to nothing.
Devastated, nowhere to skate, no vert ramp. Brian Schaefer to the rescue.
Schaefer was just like, we're gonna find a warehouse, we're gonna have our own, just like Zitzer had, we're gonna build a warehouse. It wasn't gonna be a skate park at the time.
I don't think he called it Skatepark of Tampa then. He just said we're gonna have a warehouse with ramps in it.
In 1993, this was the space for Paul Zitzer's vert ramp that actually kicked it all off.
It was a vert ramp. A big empty warehouse with one vert ramp. No store, no offices, no nothing. And then we started building quarter pipes and ledges and stuff, and then it just turned into, Brian realized like, some people aren't putting in monthly. How can we keep this going and have a vert ramp? We're gonna have to let people that we don't even know come and skate.
It spawned the idea of actually doing a skate park, which is now the Skatepark of Tampa.
Brian's like a true like romanticist where he just is in love with the idea. So he just wants a skate park. I don't think he cared or gave a shit whether it made money or not. It just wasn't an objective, which is why Skatepark of Tampa is so honest and natural and like real, because like it really was started without a plan. Like, we're just gonna have somewhere to skate. That was the plan.
Nowadays there's a skate park in every town, and back then you knew every skate park. You could name each one on your hands, And
Skatepark of Tampa definitely saved this area as far as skateboarding for the kids around here for sure.
Well, right here, you're looking at the beautiful retail store at the Skatepark of Tampa. I might have to say, it looks excellent, elaborate, huge. But back in the day, it was only just this one little square because there's about 10 dudes in the dude ranch living all back through there because it was always like the Skatepark of Tampa hotel.
Skate trolls from all over end up living at the park.
The guys would come down from Canada.
Phil Weiss and Thomas Morgan and Justin Bokema and Rick Fulford and
Pop's brothers, everybody would come down.
they became Floridians during the winter, and it was like that for years.
And there would be some big gnarly sessions.
Vert ramp, put music on, a fan, skate, drink beer, play cards afterwards. We'd have boxing matches. Like everyone would just be like, all right, you and you, Bo Turner and Charlie Crank, let's see you guys box.
There used to be parties at the park constantly, and every party there would be a fight. And a lot of times it involved Brian Schaefer. He usually didn't start it, but he'd finish it.
I think Brian set the tone of like, this place, there's no rules.
Still my black eye. Is it filling right now?
Yeah, it's nice too. It was kind of like the Wild West. Unlock the door, and there'd be a shotgun blast through the vert ramp. Like, I'm like, okay, sweeping up like buckshot.
The cops would come constantly, and I'd be like, come on, why the constant parties? The park's gonna get shut down.
So Schaefer was like the chaos who started the thing. And then Ryan Clemens kind of came in.
Schaefer is unplanned, crazy in a certain way. I mean, he used to do jumping off the building into the moat when it was full back then, choking people out and yanking them out of here.
I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the Skatepark of Tampa.
Brian is the skate park because that craziness that he has, that cool craziness, it really makes it. Like, he's the one that like, let's have a loop here at the contest. Let's have a loop. And I'm like, wow, are you sure? We were like, fuck it. Let's just build one and let anyone try it. Which was really a bad idea in hindsight.
I want everyone to put their hands together for Brian Schaefer.
It was the hangout spot. I've always called it. It was kind of the clubhouse, you know, where